Hey everybody, welcome back to One Up FBA. In this video, we're going to go over how to identify and select the best suppliers for your Amazon wholesale business. Now, because we're selling all these products on Amazon, we know if Amazon ever requests any type of chain of custody record, we need to provide documentation that is either directly from the brand or from an authorized distributor of that brand. Okay, so we're going to focus on those two today. We're going to go into distributors and go into brands. And those are going to be our selected sources of getting product for our business. Feel free to pause this video or take a screenshot, but this is kind of my criteria when I'm vetting a distributor. We're just going to start there. So let's run through these really quick, and then I'm going to jump to some examples on how you can actually find these companies to work with. We're looking to pull all of this data directly from a distributor's website. So how long have they been in business? What type of customers do they service? Do they have any signs of significant infrastructure? And what I mean by this is, do they have their own trucks? Right? Do they have delivery routes with their own trucks? Do they have multiple distribution centers? What large brands or manufacturer relationships are advertised on their website? Another thing is pulling an address directly from the website or one of their distribution centers. And I like to go to Google Maps and see if I can find the name on their building. Another thing, check the satellite, which is more of the top-down view to see if it's a massive complex on the map. And this one takes a little digging, but some large companies have actual photos or maybe video walkthroughs of what their warehouse looks like. And lastly, this one is huge. What I mean by bragging, a lot of the national and regional distributors that I personally buy from, they pretty much all do the same thing. They're kind of bragging about like, look how many distribution centers we have, how many SKUs we carry, how many retailers we service, how many categories of products we provide. Now, if you're brand new to my page or you didn't see my last upload, we went over exactly what I'm about to show you right here. But if you're new to wholesale, be sure to watch all these videos here on my page. There's a ton of information to help you succeed. We're going to plug in some basic Google Maps searches. I still love using Google Maps. I think it's an incredible way to discover new distributors to work with. And then we're going to reference our cheat sheet and see if any of this stuff lines up with this company to vet and see if we can find qualified distributors. So the first thing I'm going to type in here is general merchandise wholesale. Now, the first company that populated is 4SGM. So let's go ahead and take a look at this company. And the first thing I'm looking into is the About Us section. That's typically the first page I go to anytime I'm like reviewing any company. And what do we know right here? Let's go back to our cheat sheet. Remember, bragging. Signs of a pretty good distributor. How many distribution centers, how many SKUs, how many retailers they service, categories and products they provide. Let's see if this company has anything in line with that. Right away, in full bold, just off this search, we have a 25,000 square foot showroom, 10,000 items in 50 categories, 680,000 square feet warehouse. Now, I did not plan this at all. I had no intention to pull up 4SGM, but it just goes to show that large established companies are all really focused on their infrastructure and the brands that they carry. And this was the last one. How many retailers they service is just right here. Has been servicing more than 35,000 businesses. So now if we go back to the map and we actually zoom into 4SGM, we can see here, something I do like to see is, semis dropping off at the facility. It looks like they have some containers in the back. And this entire building is 4SGM. So they have a very large facility here in Vernon, California. And if we look at number 4 here, we go to the Google Maps Street View. Do they have a name on the building? They even have pictures of some of the products here that they carry. Oster, Sterilite, licensed distributor of toys, looks like Marvel, Super Mario. So a mix of toys, household products, all of those things. Now, coincidentally, I was just playing around on the map here. I saw 4SGM is here, and then this caught my eye just right diagonal from 4SGM. I'm like, wait, that's a lot of name brand product. We found Vernon Sales Inc. General Merchandise. So let's look at that website. So it looks like we've already kind of found another distributor here. Let's see if they have an About Us. Now, it does look like you would have to be set up to access most features on their website. But just clicking around, they do have a ton of name brand product. Palmolive, Murphy's Wood Cleaner, LA's Totally Awesome, Dawn Dish Soap, right? So just right here, we've seen kind of enough to be maybe interested. Febreze, different assortments and shippers. This is another company I would more than likely reach out to because it's exactly what we're looking for. So I went ahead and switched up my search just to something different. We're looking at toy wholesale distributors. And I was scrolling down, I found this company here, United Pacific Designs. They had 34 reviews, 4.5 stars. So out of sheer curiosity, I figured we'd click on it. Just based on their website here, it says wholesale licensed toys. And a lot of huge names. Hasbro, Mattel, Fisher-Price. You guys can see them all here. One thing I do like is they are wholesale only, and online reseller minimum order is 2,000. So it looks like they do acknowledge selling to Amazon sellers, but that's why they put a minimum on here, because they want to work with businesses and not people looking to spend a couple $100. They have a little statement on the website. They've been in business 30 years. They clearly service wholesale only customers, signs of infrastructure. And I was watching a video and I want to point this out. I'm always digging around the About Us sections in any video or any information on the site, but I kind of was skimming through this video here that they posted from YouTube, and they do have their own trucks. So they are selling to local companies and they do local drop-offs with their own trucks. And I did notice the phone number right here on the truck. This isn't any type of Photoshop to any extent. I went to contact us and it's the exact same phone number for the company. All right, we need to make sure these companies are legit through and through by checking Google Maps, validating phone numbers, looking at addresses, how long have they been in business, and essentially just going through this entire checklist. But now that you guys have the hang of that, you can switch up your keywords like beauty, toys, general merchandise, wholesale, distributor, importer, exporter. All of those are going to produce different results, and you can do this in any area on Google Maps. However, one of my favorite ways to actually identify great distributors to work with is to call a brand directly or reach out to them via email. Now, this is a bit of a hit and miss approach because I know a lot of Amazon sellers are likely calling these brands to potentially work directly. So if you're going to call a brand and you're just looking for kind of a list of the distributors they distribute through, and then we go open those accounts, we just want to mention to them that you're a retailer interested in purchasing their product in bulk and would like a list of authorized distributors in your region, right? Be specific. Like, are you in the Midwest? Are you on the West Coast? Are you on the East Coast? And this is hit and miss, right? They don't have to provide you a list of any kind, but if you reach out to 10, 15, 20 brands, I'm sure some will get back to you with a whole list of distributors that you can then go just open all those accounts. It doesn't even have to pertain to trying to get that one brand. So one company can send you a handful of great suppliers. So let's go into step 2, which is reaching out to the brands directly. And how do we know what brands to reach out to? So in my business, I use a software called Smart Scout. We're going to briefly jump into that now, put on some filters, and this is how I identify potentially great brand direct opportunities. Companies that are selling on Amazon that maybe their listings aren't great, or maybe they are, but let's dive into that now. Now, in one of my future videos, I'm going to go much more in depth and make a whole video on all of the great benefits of this software that I use every day called Smart Scout. For this video specifically, we're going to go into the Brands tab, and we're going to start to apply a series of filters. So let's say we want to find brands that we can reach out to directly in the grocery and gourmet category. The Amazon in-stock rate, I would say 0 to 20% at the most. I would recommend starting with an average number of sellers being 3. So we're not pulling up a bunch of private label products where the brand themselves is already selling it. I'm going to leave the average selling price blank. Monthly revenue, I'm going to go 10,000 to, let's just do 50,000 for this example. And everything else I'm pretty much going to leave blank. And we'll go ahead and hit search. So what I've done here is I've sorted the estimated monthly revenue at our ceiling requirement, which is 50,000. And you can see this is a massive list of grocery brands, right? This is a way of kind of brand discovery. And it starts at 50,000 and it is going to go all the way down to our 10,000 limit. Now, we also have quite a lot of data here. So we have the average number of sellers, we have the average sell price, average rating, total product count, and average number of FBA sellers. And also it gives us a brand score. Now, the lower the brand score, potentially the better the opportunity for improvements. If you wanted to work directly with the brand and provide some type of optimizing, helping them with A+ content, building out their branded storefront, you would more than likely want to look for brands with a lower brand score. So I've spent a few minutes kind of digging around, just trying to look for any brand I can use as an example. But I found this brand here. Average number of sellers is around 5, and it's in the grocery category. It's called Calorie Mate. So out of sheer curiosity, I pulled this up here, and it looks like there's a handful of listings, not huge volume, but it is, some of these big case pack listings are kind of interesting. A lot of bundle packs. There's a 2-pack selling 100+ a month. Now, if we click this little magnifying glass right here and we go into products, we can actually see what the top performer is for the brand. So if we pull this case pack up right here, Calorie Mate chocolate, 30 pieces. From here, let's say we were interested in this brand. You're going to take the brand and drop it into Google. We're looking to find the brand, the original manufacturer website or the brand website. And I saw this one here, Calorie Mate Pharmaceutical Company. So I clicked on this, navigated to the contact us section, and it says inquiries about beverages, food products, and supplements. Here's an inquiry form. So if you did want to just fill out a form, reach out to them. This is where you would fill all this out, let them know what you're interested in, buying bulk of this specific brand, that you are a retailer. And this is the general concept. But what's so cool about this is we would have never thought to even contact this brand if it wasn't for pulling some of this back-end Amazon data directly from Smart Scout. Now, here's another brand I was interested in as an example. We found this brand called Calbee. If we pull up their products, so there's a handful of listings doing above 1,000 in sales per month. And just looking at this listing alone, we have this Calbee fruit and granola selling 200 times a month, $14 buy box. Went down to buy box statistics for 30 days. Looks like it is sharing across 4 or 5 sellers. And a few things to note: not a very good title overall, not very descriptive. One single photo of the front of the package. A lot of room for improvement here. There's hardly any A+ content about the product. Now here's the manufacturer's official website. What's kind of interesting is even on the manufacturer site, these photos alone are significantly better than whatever this is. These photos could be a lot better on their Amazon listing, but we've identified the source of the product, the manufacturer, and we would typically try to find some type of wholesale information, any FAQs, any direct contact to this specific brand from this manufacturer. But in this case, it looks like just a contact form, so you'd reach out to them directly, fill out all of your information, and essentially rinse and repeat. So this is also something you could technically have a virtual assistant kind of walkthrough, is give them some general criteria, point out some basic examples, show them how to find the manufacturer, the brand's website directly, and keep a log of any forms that they filled out, or maybe record contact information where you can give them a call and speak to somebody directly about buying their product in bulk as a retailer. One of the coolest things about wholesale is even if you reach out to one of these brands and they say they don't sell direct, but you could go through one of their distributors, it's kind of the rabbit hole approach. So we're finding great brands to reach out to that have low competition, that are not the brand themselves selling it. And even if you cannot work directly, but they point you in the direction of a distributor, that's another awesome way to get access to that product. And if it's going from the brand to the distributor, they're going to have authorized documents and they have that relationship built up direct with the brand. But as I mentioned, these are my 2 favorite ways to identify different brands or distributors to work with and start buying product at wholesale and sell it for online retail price on Amazon. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. And if you're really looking to scale your business and you want to work one-on-one directly with me, get access to our group sessions, our Discord community. We'll sit down, I'll hold your hand, walk you through the next steps on how to scale your wholesale business. Check out the link down below. And if you would like 3 months of Smart Scout 25% off, I will also leave that down in the description below. I'll see you guys in the next video.